Hello and welcome to Tribal Council. We had two people voted off yesterday, last night, and probably two of the better players of all time voted out on the same night. It was kind of a downer. I gotta admit, great move, but kind of a downer for me. I mean, anyway, but before we go on, we'd like to wish JP, who turned 49, 50.
Yeah, very close, yes.
55, 60, something like that.
I'm the big 4'6", but I feel like a quarantine today.
But yeah, it's JP's birthday, and it's funny. A couple weeks ago, I was like going because I saw the birthdays for the month of on Facebook, and I go, I wonder if he's going to do the podcast. But then I started thinking a couple days ago, I go, well, where's he going to go?
Really?
Because nothing's open, right?
Right.
In New Jersey, everything is pretty much closed. I've been stuck in my house for 3 days now. I actually discovered my condo has one room I've never noticed.
It's like those memes out there where guys have gone without sports, and they're like going, yeah, this woman's sitting on my couch, and we had struck up a conversation. I realized, oh, you're my wife. We're having to talk to people, so that's I guess one good thing.
Not too close. Not too close.
We went to.
You're both home. I've still been going into the office, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, my wife, she works for Kohl's. They just shut down today, so I've been waiting for that. And then Papa daycare is still open, so I'm still doing it because my daughter is a teacher, and starting next week she has to teach online.
Yeah. So what do you do? I mean, she's there, but she can do it from home, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But she has her daughter, so she's going to bring her daughter here. So I was like, why don't you just teach from here instead of going back and forth? It's up to her. I don't care. But no, this is crazy. And like I said, I don't know. We could be doing this for a couple months.
Probably.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking next season, Survivor, if it does happen, it probably wouldn't be till
spring.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I don't see it happening. I don't know. I don't want to be too negative, but it's just crazy.
Well, it's not negative. I think it's really good to be realistic. Then we're not disappointed. If it is able to come right back, then yay. But if it's not, we'll be like, okay, that's understandable. It's not going to be like the writer's strike where we're angry, bitter.
We went to was it Wegmans at the grocery store?
In New York?
Wegmans? No, we have one here now. So we went there today to get some groceries because they say don't go out, but you have to get groceries. And they had quite a bit of stuff, but it was funny. They had a line in the checkout. They have a line, and you're not supposed to pass that line. And what happens is the cashier, after the next person goes, she sprays everything, the belt and everything she sprays, but you can't go near her. She does the groceries, and as you come over, she backs away. You pay, get your groceries and leave, and then she goes on and sprays the next one.
Sounds like a date I went on recently.
But it was kind of, it was like, and I was looking for something. I came back and I said, I just assumed the orange line was just to stay behind. So I went over the line to put the stuff on the thing. She goes, sir, you need to stay behind the line. I go, and my wife goes, I told you. I go, oh, I thought it was because they didn't. Okay, I'm good. I'll do whatever you guys want.
That's what you need.
I don't want to break any rules. And then Cindy told the lady behind us, because she started putting her stuff on, and she says, you're going to have to take that stuff off, because and the lady just looked at her like, go to hell. I mean, she literally just looked at her like that. And as we're walking away, they go, ma'am, you need to take all your groceries off first so I can spray this down. I'm like, why would Cindy lie? Why would she lie?
Did you not turn around and go, hey, my wife knows everything? Like,
I stayed out of it.
Got such good points there, Jack. Gosh.
The lady looked like she looked like she could kill somebody. So I saved myself. I said I'm not going through this. But anyway, Gott says JP looks old.
So Gott is obviously drunk at this point.
It says Gott tequila.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah.
And
he's
then,
got his supplies ready.
Yeah, Miami Mike said, hopefully everyone got you toilet paper for your birthday, JP.
I don't understand what the big deal is for toilet paper. I am blessed with water, soap, and a washcloth.
Well, I mean, you're not going to go through that much toilet paper. You can still leave the house. That toilet paper was the first thing people freaked out about. Is really weird.
Yeah, it's just it's crazy, but anyway, and we're watching Survivor. They don't have toilet paper. They don't.
And is it just me, or have you guys ever noticed like how super white their eyes are and how super white their teeth are?
They have.
Yeah.
I always notice that, and I think they get like their teeth. If you're going to be on TV, I'm sure they get them whitened.
Right.
Well, I thought, and that's what I thought. But last night we were watching, it was like even the whites of their eyes, like Michelle's, were almost like. So I wonder, like, they're out there living very naturally. Is it just that they've got nothing gross in there, but like they haven't been drinking and they haven't been smoking and they haven't had any coffee, or do you know what I mean? Is it like some sort of detox, the starvation detox?
There are also certain male players that I've seen on the show that you'll notice by like day 30, their back is like very hairy.
Yeah, that is true.
And my family always goes, what do they do? Give those ladies razors? Because come on, something's going on. They don't believe it.
Well, I think they can have them. I think there are some stuff but who knows? Miami Mike says Jack must have felt like he was back at the Vegas Strip Club being told to stay 6 feet away. It happens. You get restraining orders. It's tough. But anyway, we had a new episode of Survivor. It was a double elimination. And so the last 4 weeks, we've lost Tyson. Or last 4 vote-offs. Tyson, Boston Rob, Parvati, and Sandra. Probably 4 of the most interesting players were all voted. I mean, so do you think this is going to hurt the ratings for the rest of Survivor? Because now you still have good players on there. But you took 4 of the probably the most interesting players are now voted off.
Yeah, but they're still a part of the game.
I don't know.
And it just depends. Like, so if next week is when they decide to do however they compete to get back in, then maybe that could hurt ratings. But they could still drag this out a couple weeks, and we could be seeing, because then it amps up the who's going to come back of those amazing players.
Right.
But you know what I mean? That could keep people watching.
Well, it was like I said, it was a crazy episode. You have Ben who's just having fun. He's and then Adam feels like he's on the bottom of. Well, what did you think was going to happen?
I don't know if you guys were reading it, but I was kind of reading that he kind of likes Sophie a little bit.
Yeah, I think there was something there.
Yeah, they think they're a really cute couple. I hope she gets proposed to at the finale.
So you're already marrying him off.
They're married already. Too bad. Ben and Sophie.
Ben and
Survivor
Sophie get married.
Yeah.
Well, we may not have a Survivor finale where they're together.
I was thinking about that. Do you think they could do something where everyone stays in their place and they all just like Skype in or something? They have to do something.
Yeah, I didn't think about this. What are they going to do for finale?
Yeah,
and they can live audience, but
because we're looking at what, like a May, first part of May.
I think the first part of May. Yeah.
I don't think
it could still be going on. So, yeah, I mean, again, maybe you have a couple in each studio, I guess, or you just have the ones that and this is such an important one because everybody on there, you want to hear what they have to say. Because I just said a while ago, I would like a 3-hour finale.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So you get to hear because these are all winners.
Because you could literally probably talk to each person of the 20 people for even 5 minutes to get their take on it, and people would watch that. I would watch it, like what each person thought, what they thought the big was, or what impressed them, what pissed them off, whatever. I think that'd be great.
Miami Mike said all the players are great for their own reason. There will be a new legends. There's just some people who aren't interesting. You could win, but you won, but you're nothing personal. But you
don't have anybody in mind particularly, do you?
Nope. And then God says, it seems to me the players have done the obvious thing and voted the biggest threats. Why did it take so long? I agree. I don't know how Sandra and Boston Rob and Parvati were around for so long. And again, you go back to that the tribal swap. Mm-hmm. I wish they wish they would have gone old school. I think we talked about last week. You could have, I think JP, you said, have the tokens because that's new for everybody.
Right.
But don't have the idols, don't have the swapping, don't have don't interfere with the game. Let the play. Like I said, they've all won before, and like Miami Mike says, there could be a new legend. Let them play the game. Sure, have the tokens because that's new. That's new. Yeah. But
it's also with what God said. Here they finally voted off the players that everyone has been saying, why are they sticking around for so long? And now the first thing we're bringing up is whether or not it's going to hurt the ratings.
Oh, now it's going to be boring.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it's going to be boring, but you have, let's face it, Sandra is gold. Boston Rob is gold. Tyson is always interesting. Parvati is a great player. Like I said, you had arguably two of the best players were voted out last night.
Do you think somebody though, like a Denise prior to this week's episode, a Denise in my mind was not somebody that would go down as like a legend, but based on the move that she made this week, which I'm sure we'll talk about, if she were to continue to make moves like that, would that put her play at a level of a Sandra or Boston Rob?
Oh, I think so. But she has to go deep into the game, or this move means nothing. Right. If she gets because now she's a threat. She was under the radar because even Sandra said at Tribal when he mentioned the threat, and maybe I don't know, is that why she turned around and maybe she was going to vote for Tony, or was she planning the whole time to vote for Sandra? And when Sandra said, she was, Denise is, but she kind of put Denise as not as a threat.
Right. She listed the threats as everybody but Denise. Yeah.
Denise, and all of a sudden Denise goes, if I'm Denise, I'm like, well, you've just made it. I'm going to vote for you now. I mean, I'm sure she had it beforehand, but yeah, it was a great move, but now she's the threat. Yeah. Now she's because word's going to get out. She took Sandra out. She took the queen out. So.
Well, just by that, then you look at how she did it. She didn't have to play both idols. She could have been more conservative about it and just play just the one, but she used both of them. So if this doesn't pan out for her, if she doesn't go deep, like you said, then it becomes, oh, look, she did that. She was so confident. She knew she could get far. She didn't need to save an idol. That's the only way that looks not stupid, I think.
That was the only thing I unless she had to play the idol. I know
Sandra's was going to expire that round, but hers wasn't.
Yeah, I would not. I would not have played the idol. So what if they vote for Jeremy?
Well, because here's the thing. I think she's thinking, okay, we get rid of someone. I keep Jeremy. Now we're tied 2-2. Except, hello, lady, if you use one to save yourself tonight, and then you get rid of Sandra, and next week you use one to save yourself again, Jeremy still goes home.
I think what she was trying to do though, she was trying to put that vote based on what she heard. She was trying to put that vote 100% in her control.
Correct. I think
She assumed they were.
What she did.
Yeah.
So is that based on what you think she heard solely, or do you think there's a little paranoia creeping in?
I think that's what she thought. That's the direction she thought the vote was going to go in. Obviously play one for herself and then play for who she felt the split vote might have been, which could have potentially been Jeremy at that point.
Yeah.
And then,
now
will be the decision maker.
But see, now she saved Jerry when she didn't have to. Next week, it's going to be one of them again if they lose, possibly. But they could take the vote back in by figuring it out and using the idol again. Do you know what I'm saying? I think.
And I also think that she probably bought an ally.
Yeah, got to. But I don't necessarily buy that anymore, especially with returning players that have won, because if you save me, I'm not gonna be loyal to you just because you saved me. If next week I have to save myself by voting you out, I'm gonna vote you out. Thanks for saving me, but I have to stay in the game.
Because you have to play the game. You can't get emotional about it.
Yeah, it's like, people think if I give you my reward, I can buy. You might be able to get players that are new.
You're not going to get an alliance of 5 or 6 people in a game like this.
No,
you're going to get small alliances of 2 to 3 people working together, and that's it.
God said this has to impact Sandra's reputation. That was on own goal. Denise killed the queen along with the queen. She did make a terrible move, Sandra, because Sandra's always about as long as it's not me. And I didn't understand what
word.
I know she wanted the tokens,
Right?
but I just didn't get. I didn't get why she put herself out there. It didn't make sense.
Unless she really thought she could make some sort of female alliance with Denise and Kim, because she said, "Not me and not Kim."
Yeah.
That's what she told her. And so one of the boys has to go, or one of the guys has to go. She told Denise.
But I would have kept my idol, especially if it expired. I just would have played my idol because she has to realize she's a huge target. And Miami Mike said Denise wanted Sandra out before the season started from Dalton Ross interview.
Oh,
I got to say, if you're playing that game with Sandra, anybody wants her out.
Yeah, I mean, I would have voted her out. I'm surprised she made it the first round. I think we talked about it before when they voted Amber out. We're like going, Amber, how do you not vote Sandra out?
yeah. No, I'm going to guess everybody who was coming back there, except for Sandra, were thinking, yeah, we can't let her win a third time. This is how she acts when she's won 2. Can you imagine how she would act if she won a third time? You know?
I think the only mistake that they made was waiting until the numbers were so low per tribe, because now you can finger point somebody for voting out Sandra, as opposed to, if you got 10 people on a tribe and it's
it's what the majority wanted versus
Right. True.
yeah.
Carol says, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say they didn't really miss anything. They're not going to miss anything for the challenges either.
No, because she doesn't do she doesn't. It's become almost a joke where she doesn't do the challenges.
Right. She's not doing anything. So when you look at it, it was kind of it should have been easier for them.
Plus, that's where Sandra should have kept her idol, because she has to be thinking, okay, I don't do the challenges. Now we're down to 4.
Mm-hmm. I
have to do the challenges now.
Yeah.
Okay? So I have to do the challenges. So it's like I can't sit out. So she go. Just as great a player she is, she had a terrible night.
Did the fire token thing, you think, get in her head that she started freaking because she had used hers to buy the advantage,
right?
So then is she in her head going, oh my gosh, I don't have any fire tokens. How am I going to, it's harder than I thought it was going to be to earn a fire token. How do I get these?
Well, she was talking about food because you saw Tyson used his to buy peanut butter.
I think word got back to Sandra how good that peanut butter is.
And that was smart. Actually, I really liked that scene with Tyson because I'm not a huge Tyson fan. But I
didn't like this. I didn't like the smacking of the peanut butter. It was kind of gross.
That doesn't bother. Like, dude,
it was driving me crazy.
All you want. They all deserve a big jar of peanut butter at this point. But it was nice that he used it very strategically, right? I can come out here every day and I can have some of this. It'll keep my spirits up and it'll keep me with some protein.
Where's he hide the peanut butter though?
I don't know. It was like that big red bag that looked like a mail bag or something.
I know, but it's a pretty good size jar of peanut butter. It's not like you can just.
He's got to hide it good, and you don't want nothing to get in it.
No.
Sand in the peanut butter, that's not good.
Carol says in the chat, I was in denial when Sandra was voted off. I completely convinced myself that Sandra did it for the token, for some larger plan in mind. I listened to my favorite podcast, hoping for validation.
Yeah, I know.
And then Mike says in the extra scene, Sandra was so nervous about being voted out on day 16 because that's when she was voted out in Game Changers.
Yeah, she's got a 16 curse, huh?
Yeah.
And then Mike said, "Will Sandra sit out the Edge of Extinction challenges to come back in the game?" Yeah, she'll have to play it, right?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Or did she just say? Did she say, "Heck with that! I don't need to be here. I'm just going home."
I can't see why anybody would want to do that in this.
She's not a quitter. She would try to at least get back. If she doesn't, oh well, but she'll compete.
Yeah, it just like that with a weird night. You had Tony. Well, we didn't talk about Tony. He has a spy bunker now.
Oh my God. He gets a little nuttier every day he's out there, I think.
Yeah. I think he was trying to keep it in check, but I thought for sure he was going home because of it.
He's a little off kilter anyway. Let's admit, we all have to imagine he's a real character, you know? And then he gets out there, and as the days go by, it's just like, now he's down there like, oh, like, what is that?
Tony reminds me, have you ever seen on YouTube, there are like these videos of these two guys in the jungle, like just picking an area and building this like overly complex swimming pool.
Oh yeah, I saw one of those. Yeah.
You've seen those? They'll like dig a hole and turn the hole into like a swimming pool with a water slide.
Right. I think maybe you sent that to me one time.
I probably did.
I know I saw it.
Tony's got plans.
I'll send it to you, Christy.
But it's to me, it's okay, you're hiding, but it's like Jeremy said, why would you disappear on an important vote? And even when his excuse was, well, I fell out of a tree, not one person said, are you all right?
Because this is just what Tony does.
Yeah,
he could have said, I fell off my ladder.
Yeah, they knew he was full of crap because it's like,
he likes to tell stories.
And nobody was, and even Sandra was smart, going, look, we don't want to talk around here. Come here, because he has some spy thing. Let's go over. You don't take yourself out of the game. I mean, it worked out. It worked out for him because there was a bigger target. But if Sandra's not there, he goes home.
He's next on that tribe. I don't know. I guess now that we're all so many people are staying home, maybe after on day 16, we'll see what's Tony going through. We'll start all having spy shacks, spying on our families, and who knows.
Miami Mike says, I'm surprised Tony hasn't snuck into Rob and Sandra's spy room at Tribal. And Carol said someone has to interview Tony's mom because he has been doing this since childhood. It's
Can you imagine
pretty adorable.
Well, that's why.
Can you imagine his blanket forts?
Well, that's why this season they took away the comfort reward because Tony would have just built pillow forts.
Oh gosh.
I guess we could talk about Wendell and poverty. Wendell, he's been taking some heat on social network. I didn't think what he said was so bad.
What's this for? What comments?
I guess because I'll stab you in the front, I'll stab you in the back, or something like that. I guess social network has gone crazy on him and stuff like that. I think people are being.
That he was threatening her or something.
I don't know. I try to ignore those type of people that go crazy like that.
I'll tell you to your face if I'm gonna I'll be honest. I'll just tell. I won't do it behind your back. I'll tell you.
I don't know if it was the right move because you want to kind of, you don't want people getting, thinking, okay, this guy's an a-hole, I'm getting rid of him.
Well, we do know that Michelle has some sort of magic editor powers.
She does.
She does. She always gets to get at it. But from what they showed us, it made it look like if what we're understanding from her point of view is that they were dating and she got dumped by him. Right? Is that what you guys got from it?
Right. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Because she says it all the time.
Okay. But then when they're talking to each other, he's acting like he's the one that got dumped. Like she was very mature about it and very she doesn't have to trust him, but she was being very polite with him. She wasn't, and he was just kind of like, I don't know. It seemed like he was the one that got dumped and it was very weird.
Yeah. It's a strange relationship. Obviously, and
I think she dodged a bullet, honestly.
Yeah, Miami Mike said, or maybe they're mad because they thought taking out poverty, Survivor favorite.
Yeah, I agree with what Gott said. I just assumed from the edit that he got caught cheating on her.
That's what they didn't actually say that, but that's the context that I got as well. Yeah. So
is that why they're angry with him? Is it voting out poverty? Is it the fact that maybe he cheated on Michelle? Or he was kind of rough.
Well, okay, so he cheats on her, and now they're playing this game. He should be worried that she's going to be mad at him and hold a grudge, right?
Right.
But instead of him going to her and being like, Michelle, really sorry. I'm sorry things didn't work out, whatever. I shouldn't have treated you that way. Shouldn't something like that maybe be said?
Did he say it? We just didn't. We didn't. They didn't show it.
He goes right over there, and he's kind of confrontational with her when he's talking to her, or kind of aggressive.
He is very aggressive.
And you're like, wow, she's probably already not got any trust for you, dude. You're not even trying to earn it at all. It's very weird.
Should poverty have taken him up on the offer?
Knowing that she was going to get voted off,
So they each wanted the other person to say a name of one of the guys, right? Nick or Yule. And Wendell didn't want to do it because he didn't want the blood on his hand, right?
Right.
And she didn't do it for the same reason? Because that's great if you don't want to get blood on your hands, but girl, you're about to go home. Get the blood on your hands. Take someone with you.
Yeah, because you could have voted Nick out.
If she would have said Nick, I just wonder what he would have done.
Yeah,
if he'd been like, okay.
I'm sure Michelle would have voted Nick out.
Right.
I think if she had said, I don't think it mattered who she said. I think regardless of who she said, she still would have gone home. And then you look like the hero to the other person that you just kept around.
No. You think then Wendell would have looked like the hero?
Yeah. If she said, let's vote for Nick, and then you turn around and still vote for her.
She still outed Wendell as someone who's willing to sell his vote and sell out his other two tribe members for fire tokens. And if I was one of them, it wouldn't even have mattered at that point if he had not voted with Parvati after. You know what I'm saying? It'd been like, dude, you're still.
Could Parvati have said, look, why don't we vote Michelle out? He's already uncomfortable around her.
Probably could have. That would have been the old Parvati, wouldn't it?
I honestly thought that's what she was going to suggest because she went to about Nick. I'm like, I would because it was Nick and Ben, right? Nick, Ben, and is it Nick? No,
Nick and Yule.
Nick and Yule, and Yule's just playing a perfect.
Well, her and Yule played before, so she and Yule actually know each other. So I didn't think she wanted to pick him. No,
so I would say, all right, here, Wendell.
And Nick was all, "You're my crush." Yeah, get rid of that creeper.
Yeah, I would say, Wendell. I tell you what, let's get rid of Michelle. That'll make your camp around camp, and I'll give you my 2 tokens, but not till after the vote.
That's a tough sell. Wendell will definitely do it, but
she's still on the bottom, but she's still in the game.
But she makes it one more vote.
Right. And the merge is coming here soon, so that's what I would have done. I'm surprised Michelle didn't come up. I mean, that was to me the perfect. I'm sure Wendell would have said, "All right, I'll get rid of Michelle."
If what Parvati if what she was trying to do was put the light on Wendell so that they would see to vote him out, why didn't she turn to Nick and Yule and say, "Hey guys, let's vote for him. He's not really with you." But she didn't make that case. I mean, she kind of, you know what I mean? So it's almost like she went out and she didn't really fight to stay in. There was so much she could have said and she didn't say it.
Maybe the fire wasn't there. Maybe she just didn't have the.
Maybe.
Because when they go to the immunity challenge and they find out that Rob was voted out, she looked very deflated. She looked. You can see her body language was like, "Oh, I'm going to be next." They're taking out the big targets now.
Well, because that's really just like all of us, we thought that's what was going to happen those initial weeks.
Right.
Every week that went by where those guys were all still in the game had to make them feel a little bit more confident of, oh, wow, maybe they will let me play this game, And so when she saw that Rob had gone, it's like the first domino to fall kind of a thing, So, yeah, she did look bummed.
She looked and I said the swap was terrible for her and Rob. I mean, I'll say it again. Play the old style. Just bring the tokens in and just let them play.
I am never a fan of when they do it at 3 tribes anyway. I'm just not. No. It's not fair for that tribe that they create.
Right.
It sticks around for 2 weeks and it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah. Except that all these guys are gone.
Right. So CBS screwed themselves.
Yeah. It probably wasn't the best move, but because if they thought they needed to do it to shake it up and get it interesting, they really didn't. It was pretty interesting already.
Well, I mean, in this day and age with the coronavirus, you do have to separate people into 3 tribes.
You have to keep them apart. Tribe, so
you have to keep them apart, 6 feet apart, and dwindle it down.
Well, Jeff is 6 feet. Jeff is smart. He stays apart from them.
Oh yeah.
He's way. You guys stay over there, and I'll be. And it goes tally the votes. It spray Lysol all over the.
He seems to do. I don't know why, but it just seems like he does less and less each year, or there's a little less oomph in it every year, doesn't it?
He's been doing it for what? This is the 40th season.
40th season.
And I know he wanted to leave. He talked about leaving. Right.
When he thought he had other avenues.
Yeah, the talk show, and it wasn't going to work out. So he said, okay, but he's a producer on the show. He still would make money each season.
Oh, for sure.
Without even having to go to, do this. But I guess you want to work. So, I mean, he's one of the better hosts.
Oh yeah. Sometimes you want to get away from your kids, I suppose.
Exactly.
A reason.
Yeah, who doesn't? I mean, we all do now, right? What do we think of the challenge? And Wendell blew that one too.
The first thing
he was really cocky. He goes,
He was going to town with that knife on those bags, though.
Oh,
he had like a cutting. He was like going, and I was like, oh wow, he's getting through those bags pretty quick. Instead of just trying to cut, he was doing like a stabbing. He was really getting through it a lot faster.
Yeah, but when he did the ball challenge, he was almost there, and he goes, "I got this, Jeff," and it flipped off him.
Very cocky.
Yeah,
he was showing off at the end,
and it cost him. It cost him the challenge. You got the peanut butter and jelly. I'd rather have the 3 bags of rice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if you can put any of that in like your pocket and take it with you.
Yeah,
while they're at the end with the balls, the ones that are standing there watching are over there sticking it in their pockets, picking it up off the ground.
Yeah.
Put some down in here. We got some rice for later.
I mean, I'm sure they get tired of eating rice, but that's a lot of rice.
More rice is better than less rice.
Exactly. And peanut butter and jelly sitting in the sun. How good could that be?
I don't like the jelly. I just like peanut butter.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
really?
I just don't like the taste of jelly.
I mean, jelly's okay, but
I went looking for jelly today at the store, and they didn't. All they had was strawberry. There was no grape jelly anywhere. It was gone. So I got strawberry. I like strawberry, but not my first choice.
One thing about the challenge that I wrote down, and I kind of underlined it too, watching Ben with a knife really scared me. He was really brutal on those rice bags.
You
thought he was worse than Wendell?
I thought Ben, like when I was watching Ben stab the rice bag, I was getting a little bit of anxiety that I thought he was going to hurt himself.
Well, with Ben, it's possible, right?
Oh my God. Thank God Ben is not my moil.
Are you kidding? He's a colossal boy.
Oh man. So anything else we want to talk about? I mean, it was pretty straight. Edge of Extinction, we really didn't have. Tyson figured it out, was able to, and he pretended that he was urinating because Rob's sitting there looking at him. I gotta pee.
He's like, he just turns around and puts one leg up like the captain, and I guess.
And he stuffed the idol in his man. He stuffed the thing in his man panties.
His man panties, I loved that. Yeah, that's great.
You gotta love Tyson.
Even for somebody who's fake peeing, I got to give him credit for doing the tap and shake.
Could Rob have seen it at that distance? So maybe that was a little over the top.
Yeah, but I fake peed before, and I never thought of doing the tap and shake.
You're not a completionist. I get it.
No, yeah. Well, next time you better, because you never know who's watching.
Right.
But Tyson was the one that figured it out. I mean, it was pretty smart. Rob was like, "Let's climb up this cliff, Amber, and let's unturn it," because he said there's 8 million rocks on here. I know that because I counted each and every one of them.
And Amber's like, "Okay, Rob."
But they didn't really do too much. I thought there would be a bigger Edge of Extinction because you had Rob and Tyson. I thought there'd be a bigger
at all. Yeah. So we thought even more.
Because you're like you guys said at the beginning, they said that'll keep viewers there because they're still there. But if they're not really doing anything, what do we care?
I think next week we're going to get the 15 minutes of Edge of Extinction.
Yeah, when they first showed it, this was the first we saw of Rob and Amber being together.
Right.
They've been sitting together. Did you see that? They were sitting on like opposite sides of the campfire. I was like, wow, maybe.
Well, you don't want to show that you're a couple.
I'm pretty sure they all know. I don't think it's a secret at this point.
Showmances never work out.
Yeah. You want to hide it as best you can.
Unless you sit on the opposite side of the fire, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think anything else really happened because we had the double tribal.
The double
And
Yeah.
they managed to fit in a lot of commercials in that time.
Well, I also thought it was interesting that the first tribal where Parvati got voted out. I mean, that was a long tribal with a commercial separating the vote and the result.
Right.
And still, she didn't say what she needed to say to save herself.
Exactly.
It
And then,
took her a lot of time.
but then the second tribal, I think by my watch, I want to say it started at like 8:52, 8:53. I knew this was going to be a quick one.
Yeah.
Sandra, she just says it.
Yeah.
But did you see? I thought Sandra's face told it all. Though it was like I screwed up.
Oh yeah, she knew it.
Well, you know what? Another kudos to Denise because Sandra wanted 2 fire tokens, right?
Right.
And she said, how about I give you 1? You give me the idol and I give you 1 when we get back. Denise even screwed her out of the 2 fire tokens. And the one she got from her, the only one she got, she had to give away because she was voted out.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my gosh, poor Sandra. Like that's like salt on the wound of getting voted out.
Yeah. I there's no way I sell I mean, I know that's the last day she could use it. Like I said, you have 5 people. You're a huge target. There's no chance I give up that idol. There's no. I play the idol.
Of course.
Right.
There's just no.
You're the queen. You don't stay queen if you give away your idol.
Right. I mean, she survives that. She makes the merge. She's terrible at the challenges. And you know, people are going to start thinking what they always do. Oh, we'll vote her out later. We'll vote her out later. She can't win. And what happens? She makes the final 3, and boom, she wins the $2 million. So
yeah, she messed up big time.
I just did the whole time she was talking. I go, yeah, I can see you want the tokens, but I swear she wanted the tokens for food because she was talking about food.
Oh, that was their. That's the first time I've seen someone do a legit cover conversation when they get walked up on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Usually they're like so suspicious, but right away, Sandra, she was like, "Oh yeah, cookies and cream. Ooh, that is so good." Ooh,
Yeah.
you know, right away, and I was like, "Oh, that sounds legit." That's the first time.
Yeah, but I go, Sandra. Oh my God.
I think her game has just kind of gone downhill.
Well, probably because she can't fly under the radar anymore.
Exactly.
I mean, she just can't.
So just like every good champion, you gotta know when to quit. You gotta quit while you're ahead.
I think for her to win another season, they have to have 19 contestants who they don't tell Sandra's on the island.
Who've never seen Survivor before. Ever.
And she just hides in like a Tony shack.
They don't even know
39 days. And then she comes out at jury as the mystery 3rd contestant and has to try to plead to the jury to win.
Both of these losers. No, oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
That'd be awesome.
Miami Mike says it was it's moving on me. It was dumb, but it did make sense that she was trying to do the tokens and build a relationship with Denise. She got screwed about it.
No, I can see what she was trying to do, but I can't believe she took the risk to do it right now.
Yeah, again, if you're trying to build something, don't say that you're not a factor.
Well, there's that.
And Carol says maybe it'll work out for Sandra in the end. Yeah, she could get back in. There could be a bench. There could be a bench challenge where you have to who could sit on the bench the longest.
Whoever has bleacher butt has to stand. Oh, as long as she wins.
Gott said I was never impressed with Sandra. Yeah, she. It is funny how, but she's got. Yeah, like I said, I would say the same thing. How does she win? I've said
It's just her social game.
Yeah, I guess.
She makes people think she's super invested in them, and she listens and gets to know them. Talks to them about kids or what, I don't know.
Right. Mike says, quit while you're ahead. Shout out to Tom Brady.
No, I'm sure he's got to keep working. He's got an expensive
Gott says, Rob is a much more clever player. Well, I would agree, but Sanders won twice.
Yeah.
See, but the argument can be made that so has Rob, because there's only reason that Amber had that money was because of Rob. That was all.
Yeah. So. But does Rob come back and play? Or did they give Rob another chance to win? Because I think the only reason they brought him back that season was so he could win.
I think that's what they do every time they bring him back.
But I'm saying with Rob, that season he won where he won, they put him with the dumbest people.
Yeah.
Right. And also, if he had beat, say he doesn't screw up and have Amber come, he wins that, right? Would they say, okay, Rob, we want you to come and win this? Because it would be like, okay, big deal, Rob won again. I don't think they bring him back for another. I don't think they bring him back.
I think with regular players, Rob's got a better chance at going further than Sandra.
As far as old school players? Yeah. I think he might be the only old school player who still has some fire in him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, he's very competitive.
And he's still young enough, and relatively speaking, compared to some other people, since he was so young that first time he played.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I like him. Rob's always one of my favorites. Always. I like him. Can't help it.
And then God says, by the way, did Parvati make a deal with the devil? She's barely aged. Yes. That according to Nick, you're right, God. Parvati has not aged.
Well, she looks great. She looks great. But she didn't have her same instincts this season either.
No, I thought last week you weren't here, Chrissy. Last week we talked about how she seemed to be the old Parvati, that she was flirting, she was being kind of conniving. She was like, it was like, okay, this is the Parvati
because Rob wasn't around no more.
Right, and then last night it was like she just kind of gave up.
So maybe it was that really got in her head that Rob was gone. You start to go, oh man, yeah, I'm next. If we lose, I'm next.
And they did lose, so
yeah.
But I would have gone with Michelle, so that's just me. Because if Michelle again, now they're down to 12 people. Michelle is still in it.
Yeah.
Michelle wins this. She's a 2-time winner.
Honestly, I know some of it's the edit, so I'm cautious when I say this, but she seems to be playing a better game this time.
Well, she's having to play the game this time.
She looks like she's okay, because in the first time she played, wasn't she? Her alliances were like, "Oh, that guy's cute. Wasn't it kind of very superficial?"
Well, she didn't go to tribal.
Stumbled into it.
Her first tribal council was day 23.
Right.
This time it seems like she's actually trying to make alliances and make, you know what I mean, have that.
No, she's definitely playing a much better game than she did before. But again, she has to.
Right. Yeah, she's not mixed up with people where she can just kind of sit back. I mean, especially being stuck there with Wendell, she has to play, because on her little mini tribe right now, she's playing with somebody who's already burned her, outside of the game.
Yeah.
And then you have Yule.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. And then you have Yule, who should be I'm surprised his name doesn't even come up.
Teflon, baby. He's going all the way.
Yeah, I think if he gets to the finals, he wins. Likeable, smart.
He's so likable, right?
Good player.
You'd let him borrow your car.
I'd let him have it.
You'd let him watch your kids.
Yeah, here, Yule. Just take my car.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
I'll continue making the payments, Yule. You just take my car.
I'm
just saying he's trustworthy. You wouldn't worry about him. Like Tyson was like, "Hey, can I borrow your car?" You'd be like, "Oh, maybe not."
I don't know, Tyson. Do you have a deposit you can put down? Because I don't think you'll come back.
If Yule was here,
the road. Just gonna say it.
If Yule was here right now, I'd let him at least 3 feet away from me.
Nice.
And since I wasn't here last week, I didn't get to talk about it. When he was talking about Penner's wife, oh my gosh, that was.
And it was genuine. It wasn't fair play where he's trying to sway people his way.
It's like, because they asked him, "So what's up with Penner's wife?" And so he starts filling them in, right?
Right.
It wasn't like he was going, so I'm really good friends with Jonathan Penner and, his wife. We're really good close. It wasn't him doing that sort of a thing.
No. It was definitely genuine. Gott said, wouldn't it be cool if the Edge of Extinction player came back with like 5 left? I think he's got to be making a joke because that wouldn't be cool.
You think it'd be cool?
No, I don't think it'd be cool. They should come back at the merge.
Come back at the merge, but then keep just like they did last time, where they keep everybody else around.
God, I think I might agree with you. I think that might be cool, honestly, because
didn't the last guy come back at 5 and he won?
I just think it'd be really cool to see a bunch of them kind of have to really fight it out to get back in.
What if they just let it get down to everybody on Edge of Extinction, and then you have one challenge there for winner take all?
Oh my gosh, can you imagine? They'd be like, what? You mean I could have got voted out a long time ago and just been sitting over
there? Yeah, no jury, nothing.
Oh, wow.
Then Natalie wins. No one's beating Natalie over there.
Or maybe Tyson, he's got food now.
He does have the peanut butter. No, I hope that I've always said the biggest problem with these gimmicks that they have, the player doesn't get back in the game soon enough.
Right.
Again, the guy that, like I said, the last time he did this, the guy won. He came back with like 6 or 5. He really didn't have to play the game. It was like
they were too dumb to get him out right away.
Yeah, something happened where he was able to. I don't know. The people that voted him out the first time didn't vote him out. I think is what it was.
So, do you think they're going to get wise when they see Tyson go into the well so much to drink so much water? Why are you so thirsty today, Tyson? You stood over there for like an hour, and now you got to go drink what?
Carol says, my father is in the next room in the later stage of ALS. And as I watched Yule ALS segment, we had to pause for a bit. My dad could compose himself. It was very touching. Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, he's a good guy. Even Carol's dad thinks so. That was genuine, right, Carol? Yeah, he's a good guy. I hope he wins it all. I really do.
Yeah,
he has the best story so far.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember him playing the first time, but it's not like he wasn't the player that you would just go, oh, that's
really?
right, I remember.
Really, he's always been one of my favorite. I remember from that season.
I love. He deserved it. I mean, I remember him going, okay, yeah, he deserved it, but he's just one of the, I guess it's because he's been out of the Survivor limelight. He's not one of those guys that kept coming back, and a Boston Rob and stuff like that.
Anyone, since everyone's bored now and looking for things to watch, you guys go back to CBS, or I think Hulu has them all. I think Hulu does have them all. Go back and watch. Yule's season is amazing because that was the season they did the 4 races as 4 different teams.
Oh, yeah.
And they ended up smushing it all together. And it was Yule, and there was a black woman, Aussie, so a Latino, and who was the girl? Was it Parvati? I can't remember right now. But it was, so their team was that. But it was because Jonathan Penner and the chick that he was aligned with were on their team, and they were 6'6". And that was the time when Jeff asked, "Does anyone want to mutiny to the other team?" And that chick stepped over to the other side, which made it 7-5. But then Penner freaked out and went with her because he was just like,
"Oh yeah. I do remember that."
She wasn't allied to him; he was allied to her. It was like that. She was going with her friends, and he just went with her. So it left those 4 just on their own, and the other team it was like 8-4, and then those 4 ran the rest of the game. They won every challenge.
Yeah.
Mike C said Becky, Candace, and Jonathan.
Yes. It was amazing because it was like just rewards to that other team. And for Candace, it was Candace that went over.
Yeah, that's right.
You're like, that's why you get what you get, Candace.
Yeah.
And
take that, really, Candace.
That season I thought had a lot of heart.
Kelly says, yes, Hulu.
Hulu, yes. Yes, no, Ozzy and Yule, that was my power duo right there. I love those guys.
Maybe if there's no season next in the fall, we could watch an old season and talk about it.
Because Ozzy's great. So I'm gonna do the challenges because I'm cool. And
don't even care if I'm on a desert island. Ozzy better be with me because he can get coconuts, he can fish, he can do everything. And
I have the best hair ever on Survivor. It's without question.
him and Sandra make a good pair because he'll take care of her and she don't have to do nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I love Ozzy. I just like to make fun of him.
my hair does look good today, actually.
Are you not just now realizing it?
No, I haven't had a haircut in about 3.5 weeks.
Well, whatever you did, it looked like you just got it done today. That's why
You're gonna have to cut your hair yourself now, right? Won't you?
Yeah, they actually in New Jersey, they just closed down all salons.
You go to a salon?
Well, I go a barber, whatever. I go to pro haircutters.
Well, it doesn't matter.
Miami Mike says, I'm much better with Survivor history than doing Super Bowl prop picks, Jack. Anything else we want to talk about? I mean, we talked about former Survivor.
Well, some people actually remembered to make their picks last week, and some people didn't.
I remembered.
Some people didn't make their picks on time.
But Kelly didn't remember, and Gott didn't remember.
Gott just didn't want to lose to me. So
sorry.
Like he did in the Fantasy Football League.
I think Gott did. I think he did make his picks. He's just that awful.
It's funny. I forget when I made them, but I was sitting there going, "Oh wait, my picks." So I made my picks. I was excited.
But it was after the Sunday 3:00 cutoff, Jack.
Was it?
Oh, so you didn't get your bonus?
No, he didn't get his bonus points.
So it must have been because I was like, I always think I've done it. That's the problem, and then I forget all about it. But do you have an update on the picks and totals?
I do have an update. So we have from the standings. So we have our. Oh, I got different tabs.
Old men mocking me together.
So of the people who didn't forget to put in their picks, Jack got 80 points.
That's it.
That's it.
I'm better when I forget.
And Parvati went home, so next time you log in, you have to pick a new MVP. You start back at 10 points a week. It'll go 10, 20, whatever.
Oh, I had her as my MVP.
Yes, you did.
So that's not MVP of the week. That's MVP.
No, you don't want to check. You change it every week. Are you changing it every week?
Yeah, I'm changing it every week.
No. You pick somebody at the beginning of the season. That's your MVP. You ride that person until evicted.
Oh, that's where I've been screwing up. I just been picking a different. I thought it was the MVP of the night.
No, and then it's cumulative. So that first episode, it's 10 points. Second episode, 20, 30, and so on.
So I've really screwed it up. Okay.
Jack, you'll get it one of these years.
All right. Whatever.
Okay. But that's okay because I only got just slightly more than you. JP was right above me, and then we got
Maggie had 500 points.
No, Randy had 315. Maggie had 510.
I was just kidding.
Maggie killed it this week, so she's little by little she's moving her way up, and she came in.
I said she's going to win this.
Well, it might be, but right now, Island Girl is that Ro?
That's Ro.
She's still in the lead. She's just 20 points ahead of me, though. I'm right there. I'm going to catch her. So if you haven't put in your picks this week, make sure you do it. All right, guys?
Kudos to Maggie. Maggie predicted Parvati was going to go home. She was the only one. Was it? No, she picked her for her MVP. Well, yeah, she picked Sandra was going home. Not a lot of people had Sandra.
I had Sandra?
Yeah, just 2 people.
I had that, and still I only got 160 points for the week.
On the podcast, we got a bad review because the week before we all picked Sandra going home was one we picked. We knew it was going to be double elimination. They gave us a bad review because it was stupid for us to pick Sandra because Sandra has an idol and she has to use it that time. How could you not know that? And so
you buffoons.
This guy gave us a 1-star review, and it turns out all 3 of us were right.
Oh. So can you call that reviewer out? Be like, please come back and re-review us.
We can, but I've had reviews. I usually don't care about them, but I had one. I forget what it was. Dancing with it was some Amazing Race, and this guy gave us a bad review because the speed was going too fast. But it was something he does on his end. It wasn't me. It's a normal speed. But you can go. Sometimes you can go 2 speeds, so you can speed up. Well, he must have done something that made it go fast. Yeah, and so he gave us a bad review. I literally have sent like 4 messages to iTunes saying, "Hey, look, this review's. I can take the bad. I don't argue the bad ones. And
Right.
Whatever
when
you,
it's because the reviewer doesn't understand how the world works.
Yeah, I go, why is it my fault that this idiot can't figure out how he screwed up, and now he's giving me a 1-star
Now
review.
you call him an idiot, so I'm sure it's well deserved now.
Yeah. So anyway, but that's just the way it is. Like I said, most of the time I don't care. I was like, unless you. You
just read what Mike said.
Yeah, I saw that too. But you can reach us on Twitter. You can reach us on Facebook. You can reach us if you're not going to give me if you don't want to confront me, like I said, when people they'll say something anonymous. It's like, I don't listen to anonymous. I'm sorry. Have the courage. I'm not going to hunt you down and kill you.
Why don't you give out your address?
You just Google it and then you can find my address. But I'm quarantined, so you can't. I won't let you in.
Shoo! And you're home all the time, so they can't rob you. Good.
Exactly.
All right. Shoo!
All right. So now we're gonna pick our MVP of the night, and I'm pretty sure we all got the same pick. I mean, I could be wrong, but my pick is going to be Denise.
Of course.
I mean, that's probably the easiest pick of the season so far.
I agree. This has been the episode where it was super clear, a clear winner.
Yeah, 'cause even when it flipped over Sandra, I was like, I thought for sure it was Tony.
Yeah,
and maybe a very close second could be Michelle for not telling Wendell to go F himself, just for being.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, she's
because she was so patient with him.
Yeah, that's where she's playing a smart game, because she's not making it uncomfortable at camp.
Mm-mm.
I don't think she's not saying only one she'd ever reach out to was Parvati, but yeah,
she was just like, this is a little awkward over here.
Yeah, she's definitely doing a good job of being So maybe she wins it. Maybe she's the new queen. She gets the redemption from her season where everyone thought, how did she win?
That would be nice.
That would be excellent.
Well, the other thing that would be nice is to have, since Sandra's the queen currently with 2 wins and she's not going to play ever again, at least she's young enough she could play many more seasons as the queen.
Right. Now, if she doesn't win, does she come back? Ever?
Probably. Why not? She might. They might ask her now more often.
Yeah.
If she plays a better game. I like her a lot better this season.
Yeah, no, me too.
When I saw she was going to be on the show, I think we all kind of went, oh, God.
Well, you're seeing her too. I mean, again, that's what the first 20. Again, the first season she was on, you barely saw anything. You didn't even see her.
And was that what, 4 or 5 years ago already?
Yeah,
5 years.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Maybe she's grown up a little bit. She's got just a little bit more interesting as a person.
Again, if I can win $1 million by not doing anything, if that's the strategy where I just fly under the radar and nobody. I don't care. You can say I'm the worst player in Survivor history. I have the money and I have the win, so I don't care.
Exactly.
It's almost like Rob said. You have the win. Who cares what people are saying?
No one can take that from you.
Well,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, is you can almost, if it's a season though where too many bridges are being burned, I mean, you could really almost just sit back and let everybody else crumble,
right? And
then just use that to your advantage at the final jury.
That's what she did. I mean, she just.
Yeah.
Of course, she didn't get any blood on her hands because she didn't have. I mean, it was a perfect season for her because she didn't have to do anything. I mean, but again, I take it. What do I get? I mean, you've had players that played a great game, and they get and they don't get the votes, or they do all the work, and they don't get any votes. So
they get a better jury. Yeah, that's always. It's like a gut punch.
So, I mean, you had, I said before, with Ben and Christy played the better game.
Right.
But Ben kept getting all the idols, and they did the fire challenge.
Right.
And he had the better story.
Kelly, that's one you'll have to go back and watch now. My sister, I made her watch all of these seasons because she hasn't been a super frequent watcher of Survivor, but she watched last season and really enjoyed it. And then was like, oh, we got to get ready for all this super big season. What season should I go back and watch? And I made a list of she probably watched maybe 12 or 14 seasons. She nearly watched every single person's season who was back on the show. She killed it.
I mean, Christy made mistakes, but she still played, I thought, a better game than.
I didn't tell her to watch Ben's. I was like, you don't need to watch that because I was like, he won't be there very long.
Mike C said, "Who would turn down a chance to win $1 million? Probably Bill Gates."
He just left the sport.
I
He
know.
left Microsoft for good.
Yeah.
Look at him. Good on
Hey,
him.
he's still making money.
Well, he does all his philanthropy stuff now. So
Yeah. So
he likes that. Good. The world can use a lot of that.
he's not hurting. Anything else we got? Again, happy birthday to JP. I wish I had a cake.
Birthday, JP.
I do
If
have.
I had my lighter, I'd let you.
I actually do have something that I wanted to save to the end of the show.
Uh-oh.
I've got a potential rumor / spoiler.
Oh, well.
We want to know?
Maybe.
Well, do we want to say that now?
Okay.
I was going to save it for
Kelly
the very end.
binged 17 seasons. Wow.
17 seasons. Come on.
That's pretty
She
impressive.
loves me a lot. I love you too, Kelly. That's awesome.
That's a lot of episodes.
That's a lot of episodes. Yeah. Anyway,
Cochran has screwed up again. Anyway,
I don't think she watched that one. I don't think. Well, I'll have to pick some others. I was specifically getting her ready for this season, so watching all of those. But anyway,
Thank
Carol
you for
says
bringing
it's
it
nice to
back.
be. Carol says, yeah, it's nice to be here on with you guys on JP's birthday.
We're going to do this again next year.
If there is a survivor.
but even if there's not, we can just talk about whatever's going on. Then we'll be in like month 12 of our lockdown. We can say, you remember last year when we thought things were so. Look at it now. Now we can just wave out the window to our neighbors.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So I have a spoiler.
All
Potential.
right. So if you don't want to know, thanks for listening to us.
Yes.
Tell a friend, share it. But this is a spoiler. So here we go. Spoiler is happening hard right now.
Okay. So this is more of a rumor / spoiler. So no confirmation whether or not it's true.
so it might happen.
It might happen, but potentially next week, Sandra quits. That seems.
Did you bring that up earlier? Did you say
No.
something?
No, I said maybe she just quits because we were talking about the challenges, but
Right. I know you were talking about
Jake-
that, but
I think JP said she wouldn't quit.
I didn't want to tip my
Well,
hat
look at
with the
you,
information
Jack,
I was sitting on.
Because I said I wouldn't be shocked. I said I wouldn't be shocked if she quit and went home. I mean, why if she doesn't want to do the challenges?
Right.
I mean, what does she have to? What are the odds of her getting back in the game, winning a challenge? Like I said,
Exactly.
unless it's a bench challenge.
But I've seen that on Twitter and I've seen that on I forget the other site that I was following. But there's a lot of talk that she just throws in the towel next week.
Now she could be super pissed off at herself and be beating herself up. So then she gets to over there and she's upset about it. Maybe somebody gives her some crap over there and tells her it was, maybe out of anger.
I think it's more of, I think it's from her. She's got a way that she plays the game, and I think if her way doesn't work, she just doesn't want to play anymore.
No, and I just don't see her. She's so proud of her reputation. This would absolutely tarnish it, don't you think? Nobody likes a quitter.
Yeah,
No matter
I wouldn't be happy if she quit. I mean, you're
No, I
halfway.
wouldn't be happy
You're
either.
halfway there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do want to see her reaction when
Not a
her and
character.
Rob because she was upset with Rob for not telling
Correct.
her.
That's
she
why I
was
thought
gonna-
maybe they start getting she's already angry, then they start bickering or whatever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
fighting.
I-
She's just
I'm
like,
hoping-
I don't need this.
I really hope I'm wrong, but that's what I've seen.
Yeah,
a
she
lot.
just spent a whole season on a beach with Rob, so maybe she's up to here with him.
Yeah. Yeah. You can see that.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't know. If it was something like that, it'd be too bad. But if she just up and quits because she doesn't want to do any of the things to play the game to possibly survive another day, then
Right.
that would be really sad for. She's no longer the queen. I'm sorry.
Let's see what happens.
Queens don't quit.
We'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
I mean, you can say, okay, she got tarnished a little bit because she made a bad move last night. It wasn't. But again, it's not. I understand why she was trying to do it, but I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
I don't. If I have an idol, I'm not taking. I'm going to use the idol.
That's the only reason I could see her quitting, though, is because she made such a bad move. I mean,
but
she
you
felt
can come back from that. You can say, I gambled. I thought I could get this thing, so I gambled. I thought, you don't want
to compound it by quitting.
Yeah, exactly.
Once you can't overcome quitting. Nobody like said. I think someone said in the chat, nobody likes a quitter. It just you don't, or we said it on here. It doesn't. No, I hope she doesn't.
The bad news bears never quit, and they came in second place.
Yeah.
I hope that's not true.
I hope it's not either, but.
Or if it is, there's a reason. She gets a message that one of her kids are sick or something, and she has to go. I'm not saying I wish anything bad down, but you know what I mean? I'm going to pull myself from the game. Tears, tears, tears. My last time. Tears, tears. But I have to be with my family. Tears, tears. Like that kind of thing.
So you want something bad to happen to her family?
Yes. No.
To save her reputation, I guess.
But quitting. But that would be quitting with an understandable quit. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Because that you could go like, oh yeah, that's a tough situation. Maybe I would have quit too.
Oh. I've never liked the quitters. I mean, there's like Jenna. She quit that one time.
Oh,
her mom had cancer. I mean, it's you understand something like that, but people just quit. This was harder than I thought it was going to be. I hate those people.
Well, look at Reem. Was that Reem last year or the year before when she was the first one voted out and she had to be on that island all by herself for so long? If someone's going to quit, you think that would be it because you're not really. What do you lose? I made no impact. Yeah, I'm out of here. But
Carol says she probably has an understanding of exactly how much you have to get for appearing on X amount of days. So she makes sense for her to leave. So she's the coupon queen.
But even if if they continue to do these little things where the people over there can do these little challenges to get fire tokens, let's say they do that.
Yeah.
She doesn't have to participate in that at all. She can sit on her butt. And as long as she goes to sleep and wakes up, she's made more money. Go to sleep, wake up, more money. Go to sleep, wake up, more money. She doesn't have to do those challenges.
Yeah, let's hope she. I mean, I know it's going to be boring. It's going to be rough over there, the conditions, but it's literally only another 16, 17 days.
They're halfway there. Yeah, almost.
Yeah, so suck it up.
Don't they get like $16,000 a day or something for being over there?
Oh, Colton. Yeah, Kelly says Colton. Yeah, he quit twice. So I can't believe they let him back on the show after the first time. Anyway,
we'll see what happens.
No, you're right.
That angers me. But I think that's all we got. Hopefully, JP's wrong. I hate to say that on your birthday. But hopefully you're wrong and she doesn't quit. Because I would hate to. I hope I'm wrong too. Because she would her reputation would take a hit.
Yeah.
But what I wasn't wrong about was how good my hair looks.
It looks fantastic. Oh my gosh. It's very Archer.
The silver fox thing going on there.
Exactly. Well done, sir.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, I don't like to talk about hair.
Oh, come on.
Anyway, that's all I got. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back, Christy. It's great to have you back.
Thanks.
Elena did step up and did a great job last week. The last second we asked her, and she popped in. It was great. But that's all we got. JP, again, happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much.
Go out onto the town and just close the bars down. Have a great time.
Maybe next week, we can come up with some ideas to give our viewers what they should do to entertain themselves during lockdown.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So come back next week. We'll tell you what. We'll give you some ideas. All right?
Yeah, there you go. Yes.
Yeah, come back.
See what I did?
We'll be here.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
We'll be here.
All right.
This is where we wave
and thanks for everyone in the chat.
Bye.
And go out and go on the town and get rolls of toilet paper. Okay. All right, everybody. Bye.